There's a lot of things to talk about in today's recap. The longtime rivals, the Yankees and the Red Sox, they're discussing a trade between some of their better players. The Brewers, I don't know who they're going to be trading, but apparently everyone is available. We have a big update on the A's. They're making one last-ditch effort to stay in Oakland, and also the Silver Sluggers, they were just announced, so you don't want to miss it. Stay tuned for that. Now, just a reminder, recap is presented by SeatGeek. Make sure you're using code Fuzzy to save 20 bucks off your tickets, and also Underdog Fantasy. Use my code Fuzzy, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. So before we talk about the Yankees and the Red Sox possibly trading some of their star players, let's talk about the mayor of Oakland, Shang Tao. She is trying desperately to keep the A's at Oakland, and one last-ditch effort, she reached out to 15 MLB owners. So the owners are going to be meeting up in Arlington a week from now to vote on if the A's should be relocated or not. And apparently the A's, they already have secret architectural designs of the new stadium, so they're planning way ahead. I don't know if this is going to work, but hey, if you're an A's fan, there's still a slight sliver of hope. And considering how annoyed Las Vegas natives are with F1 and Formula 1, I don't know. Maybe they're going to be annoyed with a brand new construction of a new stadium. We might not want that for another 5 to 6 years when they build a baseball stadium, but I want baseball here, so I'll deal with it. One more image I do want to show you guys. Apparently, Oakland fans are still teaming up and they are sending boxes, like, please save our team boxes to other owners in baseball. This one is to the owner of the Angels, Art Moreno, and there's a Shohei Ohtani card. There's a little postcard saying, keep the Athletics in Oakland. Alex Verdugo and Gleyber Torres. Yes, those are the two guys being discussed right now. I don't know if it's going to be a one-for-one trade, but Gleyber Torres, he could be on the move in exchange for Alex Verdugo. So let's go ahead and break it down and see which team is going to come out on top, because there might not be a favorite. This might be a win-win. Now, a lot of Yankees fans are saying, we hate Alex Verdugo. We do not like him, and Gleyber Torres is way better. But the fit is where it really comes into play. Alex Verdugo fits a position of need, and vice versa. Gleyber Torres, he would fit a hole that is in the Red Sox lineup and infield, so let's go ahead and break it down. So there's a really cool page on Baseball Reference where they break down how good a team was position by position, and as you can see, we are filtering by left field. If we go all the way to the bottom, the Yankees were the least productive team in Major League Baseball in terms of offensive and defensive output by left fielders. I mean, we can see they trotted out Oswaldo Cabrera, IKF, Everson Pereira, Billy McKinney, Jake Bauers, Aaron Hicks, like, you name it, they tried them in left field, and even Stanton got 8 plate appearances in left field. So Alex Verdugo, he's not going to be playing right field. We know that that is Aaron Judge's spot for the rest of forever. Center field, I would argue that Cody Bellinger has a pretty good chance of manning center field for the Yankees going forward. So if you can have Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, and Alex Verdugo in your outfield, that's pretty solid. So just based off need, obviously the Yankees, they could really use Alex Verdugo in left field. Now, what about Gleyber Torres on the Red Sox? Now we're going to be filtering by second base wins above average, and as you can see, the Boston Red Sox, they were 27th in Major League Baseball. They had a negative 1.9 wins above average for second basemen, and they trotted out a bunch of different guys like Christian Arroyo and Manuel Valdez, who I really like. Again, they tried so many different guys at second base, just like the Yankees did with players in left field. Maybe trading Verdugo for Gleyber Torres would make a lot of sense. Now, the thing is, Gleyber Torres, he was so good in 2023. He had 25 home runs. He threw in 13 stolen bases, a near 350 on base percentage, and he had a 120 OPS plus if we're rounding up Alex Verdugo. He was still pretty solid, I guess. He had 13 home runs, a 100 OPS plus, but his defense is really good in the outfield. So that's why the Yankees are considering trading Gleyber Torres, because they have other guys like Oswald Peraza who can fill in the hole at second base. They have a lot of options, and also, I haven't even talked about this, Jason Dominguez. He's going to be missing the first half of the season. Maybe you get Alex Verdugo as a stopgap because he's going to be a free agent after the 2024 season. Maybe you trade Verdugo at the deadline, but then again, that probably wouldn't be smart considering Gleyber Torres, he's one of your better offensive players, but he's also a free agent. So either way, whether you trade for Verdugo or you keep Gleyber Torres, most likely they'll probably walk after 2024 because Gleyber, he's going to want a lot of money. He's only 26 years old. He's going to be 27 in just a few days. So what do you make of this trade rumor? Speaking of trade rumors, Christian Yelich, William Contreras. I don't think that William Contreras should get traded, but William Adames, you have other guys like Corbin Burns, Freddie Peralta, Brandon Woodruff, he's going to be missing the majority of 2024, but the Brewers right now are apparently saying you can have whoever you want if the price is right. Christian Yelich, I mean, this guy, he is owed a lot of money, so it's going to be hard to move his contract unless you throw in some money on top of giving him away. William Contreras, I mean, he was one of the best catchers, if not the best catcher in baseball saw last year, you can't trade him. He's only, what, 25? He's about to be 26 years old. But Willy Adames, he strikes out way too much. He has a tough time of getting on base. Yeah, he's great with power and defense, but you have other guys that can maybe fill that gap. Corbin Burns, in my opinion, is the one guy that is most likely to get traded because they had a terrible time in arbitration a few years ago, and Corbin Burns actually called out the Brewers, basically saying that the Brewers said, hey, Corbin, you were the reason why we missed the playoffs in 2021. Corbin, he did not like that, and quite frankly, I'm with him on that one. But there's also relief pitchers like Devin Williams. Devin Williams has been a savior ever since Josh Hader got traded to the Padres. I really like Abner Uribe, so maybe he fills in as the new closer because he throws a 98 to 99 mile per hour sinker. Maybe they move on, and the Brewers, they've always been really good at a couple things, building up defensive first infielders that have some pop and also developing pitchers and bullpen guys. So I'm not really worried about if they trade guys like Devin Williams or Corbin Burns because they always have guys like that. So let's take a look at Christian Yelich. He had 19 home runs, 28 stolen bases, a 370 on base percentage, and an almost 125 OPS plus. So it's not like Christian Yelich was MVP Yelly back in the day, because at his peak, I mean, from 2018 to 2019, he had a combined 171 OPS plus and a 415 on base percentage to go along with a 327 batting average. Now, a lot of people are saying that's not really feasible anymore because Christian Yelich was the beneficiary of juice baseballs. He's not that guy anymore. So maybe 2023, Yelich was more normal Yelich with 34 doubles, 19 home runs. Again, he had a 370 on base percentage because he walked 78 times in 144 games. So if you were an opposing team like the Yankees, or if you were an opposing team like the Guardians, or any other team that is in need of outfield help, maybe the Giants, would you trade for Christian Yelich? Because again, he's owed a ton of money. Let me see how much. He's making $26 million a year until 2029. So that's a lot of money. Would you want to risk it? Do you think that he's going to get better? He's almost 32 years old. Now, one thing I do want to talk about real quick before we show these Silver Sluggers, Christopher Morel, apparently he is taking reps at first base, and Morel, he was really good last year. He had 26 home runs, a 116 OPS plus. He's only 24 years old, but the thing is, if we take a look at this right here, this is called Baseball Savant. Do you see where it says range outs above average, -7? That is defense. He was -7 in 2023 and -8 in 2022. So yes, he has a rocket for an arm. He's very fast, but with the range and him just making plays in the outfield, he's one of the worst in baseball. His reads off the bats are terrible. So plugging him at first base would make a lot of sense because they didn't really have a lot of production out of first basemen last year, unless Cody Bellinger was playing first base, which wasn't very often, but they trotted out guys like Trey Mancini. He completely flopped. They have a guy, Matt Mervis or something like that. He was awful as well. So Christopher Morel at first base, that would make a lot of sense. Having an athletic first baseman, that's cool. Also, I completely forgot to show you guys this insane clip from Ichiro, but I'll show that after the Silver Slugger. So in the AL, let me know if you guys think anyone got snubbed. Yandy Diaz, I can't believe that Cleveland traded him for a bag of peanut M&Ms, but Yandy Diaz at first base, Marcus Semien at second, Corey Seager. So the Rangers had two different guys, Rafael Devers, Kyle Tucker, J-Rod, Luis Robert Jr., Ali Rutschman, Shohei Ohtani. Gunnar Henderson was the utility guy, and then the team Silver Slugger is the Texas Rangers. In the NL for the team Silver Slugger, we have the Atlanta Braves. Utility, we have Cody Bellinger. Look at Cody Bellinger doing his thing. Bryce Harper beat JD Martinez. A lot of Dodgers fans are not happy about that. You have William Contreras at catcher. The outfield is Juan Soto, Mookie Betts, Ronald Acuna Jr., and then the infield is Austin Riley, Francisco Lindor, Luis Arraez, and Matt Olson. So that rounds out the Silver Sluggers. To end today's recap, I'm going to go ahead and show 50-year-old Ichiro Suzuki. He still rakes. He's out here shattering windows. I wish that we would have had a powerful season from Ichiro because he probably could have done it, but he prioritized getting on base and base hits. So enjoy.